Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us and dedicating the time for today's Odoo webinar. Today's webinar is about mastering Odoo sales, which means how to pitch and sell Odoo effectively to any business anywhere. Let me first introduce myself. My name is Mustafa Tantawi, and I am the Regional Partners Manager at Odoo Middle East. And I'll be having the pleasure to walk you through today's webinar and session. And with these objectives, our goal today is simple. It is to equip you with the knowledge and tools to position Odoo confidently, adapt your sales pitch based on your client's needs, and win more deals. Whether you've been selling Odoo for years or just starting up, you will leave today with actionable techniques you can apply immediately. But first, we need to understand the landscape that we are selling in. In today's markets, there is a lot of challenges arising, which is the growing competition, more informed customers, complex buying decisions, need for industry-specific solutions, and the increasing budget sensitivity day after another. Selling software today is more challenging than ever. Your prospects have options. They've done their research. They expect you to know their industry inside out. But the good news is, Odoo's flexibility allows you to adapt to these challenges, but only if your pitch is tailored and sharp. And when I say that your pitch is tailored and sharp, we need to start by understanding our product. We need to know why Odoo, what is the value proposition provided by Odoo. And these are some, or actually a few, of the main value propositions. As we call it, it is all-in-one. It's a one platform for all business needs. So Odoo isn't just another software. It's a complete business solution. It's modular, it's scalable, it's cost-effective, it's user-friendly, and it is also trusted by more than 15 million users globally in over than 175 countries. The key to selling Odoo is showing how it eliminates complexity and cost by replacing multiple tools that the client might be using with one integrated system. And with over, again, 15 million users worldwide, it is a proven solution trusted by businesses in every industry. Tailoring the pitch. One size fits all doesn't work here. So you do have to tailor the pitch based on the client's needs, based on your prospects' needs, challenges, and pain points that they want to eliminate. And to do so, tailoring your pitch is about making Odoo feel custom-built for that client. So step one, which is the discovery, you need to ask targeted questions to uncover their pain points, their challenges, the goals they want to achieve, the challenge that they are currently facing with the current solution or actually system that they are using. So in discovery, make sure to ask deep questions, ask about their operations, their frustrations, their goals, even their budget if they are actually want to share that with you. The second step would be matching. And when I say matching, it's selecting only the Odoo apps and workflows that solve those pain points. Because Odoo is consisted of more than 80 applications, and that's only the standard applications, and countless features and capabilities. So tailoring your pitch, again, it means that you would select the suitable solution, the suitable apps, the suitable workflows, suitable capabilities that would eliminate the customer pain points and would eliminate the customer challenges and serve in helping them or help them actually to achieve their goals. So from Odoo's countless features, choose only the one that solved their biggest pain points. And lastly, show the value in numbers. And when I say that, I mean that we can, for example, say that this solution will save you 20 hours a month, or actually this will help you recover 50K a year in missed sales. So compare actually the solution and the investment they are making to adopt Odoo in their organization with the investment actually, or the return on the investment that would take place after acquiring Odoo. When you do this, the client sees Odoo not as a software, but as a solution designed for them. And this is exactly the message that we need to deliver. So in order to do so, we need to establish a framework for our conversation with our prospect. Firstly, by starting to connect. And when I say connect, is to actually communicate with your client or your prospect to make sure that you build trust and build a rapport. Because actually building this trust and this rapport would actually reveal a lot of information that is really, really needed and really, really important to feed your next step. So you can consider the thing that you are saying right now as your sales blueprint. Always begin by connecting personally, building trust. And this helps reveal needed information, such as workflows, pain points, decision-making criteria, and even sometimes the project budget set by the prospect. Selling Odoo should feel like it is a natural conversation, not forcing them through a pitch or actually not just overselling them anything. So first we connect, make them feel comfortable and understood. Then discover the challenges by asking the right question and digging deeper into their operations and their pain points. And then it comes my favorite part, and it is the most important part, which is showcasing or actually demonstrating the relevant solution. So after you connected with your client, you understood their pain points, the challenges they are encountering and they are facing, and what they want to achieve with their organization. And after you discovered how they do things currently and how they want to do things in the future, now you have a clear vision of what the best fit solution would look like. So after selecting all of your modules, after creating the workflow based on their needs and based on what they want to achieve again, it is time to demonstrate that. And this is where all the magic happens. After demonstrating your solution, be sure that some objections will arise. Like, for example, changing their mind on what actually features that they want, what capabilities they aspire to have, what actually they think that it is mandatory to have, and a lot of other objections that we actually will be discussing later on. While actually handling the objections, it is the right time to prove the value of the solution and address their concerns. And even to make sure that using these objections to present an ROI proof. Once you handle that successfully, as we always seek, it is the time to close this prospect and convert them to a long-term client, or actually, should I say, happy client with Odoo. So close and agree on the next steps, which would be the implementation period, the implementation phasing, the resources that would be allocated on the project, and so on and so forth. Now, since we talked about objection handling, let's discuss a few of the common objections and what is the good way actually to overcome these objections. These are a very, very repetitive objection that we encounter on a daily basis with our clients or our prospects in all regions and worldwide. Number one is the cost sensitivity. Nowadays, everyone is seeking to cut cost as much as possible, and in all aspects of their organization. And same applies when they are adopting an ERP, or actually when they are adopting a software or a solution. So if they are cost sensitive, and if this objection started to arise, it is the right time to again present an ROI analysis or a return on investment analysis, which in other way, if they think it is too expensive, why not comparing it to the cost of multiple systems? Or why actually not comparing it to the cost of how they currently do things? So look at the cost of the problem we are solving, and I'm sure that the return is far greater than the investment. One of the other common objectives is the resistance to change. Whether you're currently doing things manually or they're having another system going on and they are actually used to it for over 10 or 15 years, whether they like actually paper and pen or the pen and paper methodology or whatsoever, there is always a resistance to change. Even us personally, or aside from actually the business and aside from the Odoo solution and everything, if you are actually changing your house, your car, even the way you dress up, you would have a sort of a resistance, which is completely acceptable and completely understood. So if my client actually or my prospect is having this objection or actually is afraid of the change or actually resisting to the change, whether the decision makers or would be the key users afterwards, it is the right time to, or the right way is to reassure the clients by highlighting Odoo's migration ease, by showing them the quick wins, which would actually calm them down and make them trust you more, and offer a clear migration and training plan for them, for actually adopting the solution, and for training their employees afterwards. The third thing would be actually the lack of trust, whether they haven't tried the solution before, whether they don't trust you actually as an implementer, whether they are just afraid because of a previous bad experience. In this case, that would be the time to show off your skills a bit. And to do so, all you need to do is just maybe offer a proof of concept. And a proof of concept would be actually addressing their main pain point, or actually the challenge they are worried about the most at the moment. So if you actually overcome this, if you show them part of the solution that would actually resolve this challenge that they are currently facing and costing them time, or costing them money, or whatever it is, if you win this challenge, I do promise you, you won their trust. And if you won their trust, you won your client. So why not offering a POC, as we mentioned, or actually a proof of concept? Why not just sharing with them even case studies, or actually share references? Tell them a story about a similar client in the similar industry or in the same region that was having actually the same challenge, and how you helped them actually overcome it, and how actually this helped them to grow, helped them to ease the process and be more efficient actually in the market and grow whether the market share to expand abroad or whatsoever. So gradually build their confidence in the system and your capabilities as well. So again, as we mentioned, if they think it's expensive, just compare it to the cost of the current process. If they think it's complex, show them how intuitive it is. If they already have a system, explain the migration and integration possibilities and how easily it is to adopt it. Okay, so now after we build the trust, we knew about the objection and how to get over it, it is the time to build a solid sales cycle to make sure that we adopt it when selling Odoo or actually pitching Odoo to any business. So our sales cycle starts with the qualification. Qualification means that you make sure that the lead that you are using actually, or the opportunity that you are following on is actually suitable, it is convenient, it is the right client for you, they have the right budget for their needs, and so on. So this is the qualification. And then we jump to a discovery. A discovery, usually it is a meeting where you get to discover about the business they are running, how it works, what is the challenges, what is the pain points, what are their goals, are they aligned on their goals, what are the challenges that they might face internally and might also be a risk for the success of a project as well. After I've done so, it comes again the demo. And here we can see that I actually highlighted on the demo, and I will tell you why right after. After we've done the first demo, comes the requirement gathering, which is another phase of the discovery or a second stage of the discovery meeting. But this is where we get to dig deeper and to note down every single requirement that the project or actually the client requires. And that's because the stage after that, or the step after that, would be actually providing them or presenting a proposal, a technical and a financial proposal. After presenting our proposal, it comes the negotiation where we got to talk back and forth about whether the technical offer, what it includes or doesn't, or the financial offer and discussing the budget that they have. Afterwards, it comes the closing, which we always hope to be closed as one. And now I need to tell you that demo is the key. Before we talk about Odoo demo or how to demonstrate the solution itself, what to do and what not to do, it is very, very important to discuss another thing. Just forget about Odoo for a moment, forget about the software, forget about the system, and let's talk about other things in life. Imagine yourself buying a car. What would make you actually decide better and easier and be confident about your decision? Isn't it actually testing the car or actually having a test drive for the car that you are actually considering to buy would give you more confidence about buying it? Or is it only that reading the car catalog? I believe that actually testing the car, or for myself, when I bought my own car, I went for a test drive for sure. I've driven every single car that I considered, and that actually helped me a lot in deciding in buying the car. How about in real estate? If you are buying a new house for yourself or for your family, would actually the project brochure be enough just to see a few pictures and a few written descriptions telling you how perfect the landscape is and how the view from your balcony would look like? Or is it better actually to have the unit viewing, to go there, even if it's a mock-up actually house, that you can go inside, see how it is after it is furnished and how it is after it's finished and everything, and then you can see your dream coming true. Even actually if you are just there to buy some clothing at the mall, it is always better to go for clothes fitting and make sure that actually it fits you perfectly. Instead, you would have actually a doubt if you're online shopping that you would actually order it and then it might not fit and then return it back, ask for another, and go back and forth. So it is always better and it always helps best actually to decide if you see the service with your own eyes, if you can lively see the thing that you are considering to buy or to actually subscribe for or actually to adopt. Same applies for Odoo. It is always best and it helps to actually shorten and ease the decision when actually we go for the live demo. So live demo is way better and it is the key to closing with the client rather than just describing all the capabilities through talking or actually through a conversation or just sending them a brochure and so on. So let them see the dream come true. Visualize how their company would look like and would run on the system while you are demonstrating and navigating from here to there on the system with their own workflows. It would help them actually test the efficiency and capabilities of the solution itself rather than just talking about it without seeing anything. As we are speaking about the demo, it is very, very important to keep these in mind. Number one, plan for the flow. Prepare it before you demonstrate it for the client. And this is very important. It is best to actually show the solution while it is pre-prepared and it is actually all set on a demo database for the client with their own workflows using their own real data. And when I'm saying real data, I'm talking about really, really tiny things. Maybe some of the products that they list on the website, maybe their logo, maybe their workflows, maybe using one of the employees that they really have name on the system itself. So plan for the flow and make sure that you stick to it throughout the whole demo. So think like a movie director. Your client should feel guided, not lost in the menus. So have it as a flow, follow it till the end, and make sure that it all makes sense. But before you do so, make sure to always start with the problem. So before the demo, we had a discovery meeting where we got to know about the client needs, requirements, and what actually they are expecting to see. So on the following meeting, when I'm conducting the demo, it is very, very important to start with the problem. So for example, if they said stockouts are killing us, Open the demo with stock alerts. Show them that this is the challenge that you are currently facing, and now I'm gonna show you how to resolve it, or how to overcome it, or how to make sure that this would never be a pain point for you again. Tell a story as well. Replace here is our inventory module and make it feel more like a storytelling. Like let's say that you get an order online. Here is what happens instantly in Odoo. Use catchy words. Always grab their attention to be excited to see what's going to happen next. Also, make sure to always engage. Keep them active so they mentally place themselves inside the scenario. Always refer to the person that you were speaking to in the discovery meeting to just ask them that, hey, you remember that last time when you told me that actually you're having a challenge while tracking your opportunities as a salesperson and remembering actually which stage it's now at and what is the next step that we agreed with the client. Yeah, let me show you on the CRM how we can assign each opportunity at a certain stage and even log notes on what is the next action to be taken, what is the next activity that I need to take with the client, and so on. It's always, always, always value over features. So always tie back to ROI. This automation could save your team 6 hours weekly, for example. Or with that, you would make sure that no stock in your inventory would expire. Or actually that your project would make sure that it would be working step by step and the timesheets would be always filled, showing you how effective or how efficient your team is. The other thing is to keep it short and impactful. Don't take so long in the demo. It's not a movie. It shouldn't take 2 or 3 hours. Make it as short as possible, as efficient and impactful as possible. Again, don't overwhelm them with a lot of features, but yet leave the door open. And when I say leave the door open, I mean to give them a reason to book a second demo. And when they book a second demo, it's whether that they figured out that they need to amend something, or maybe they saw a few features that they did not think about when they were actually telling you what they need. And now they are considering actually to adopt or actually to expand the scope to implement Odoo. Again, as we mentioned, we don't feature sell, but rather we solution sell. Because Odoo has countless features, but the skill is showing the right ones for the right clients. Many new partners make this mistake of showing everything Odoo can do, and you'll be all over the place, from sales to the manufacturing to the inventory to the Discuss app and all of the modules that we have, and with all the countless features and capabilities that we have inside of each module. Can you imagine? So the problem is prospects don't care about everything. They only care about solving their own problems, their own challenges. This is why we focus on solution selling, positioning Odoo as the exact answer for their pain points, backed by a clear return on investment. So it is like that. You come to me with a challenge, I come to you with an answer, and then I show you on the long term what it's gonna come back to you with. So always avoid feature selling because it overwhelms the clients with endless functions, unnecessary functions maybe for them. It focuses on what Odoo can do and often irrelevant to the client situation. But instead, if you focus on solution or value selling, it helps understand the client. It shows that you do understand the client's needs. You do understand their pain points. And it focuses on how Odoo can solve their problem, not Odoo's capabilities at itself. And it highlights measurable benefits and ROI. And with that, I'm done actually with our session for today, and I'll be waiting for your questions that we could manage to answer. while we are waiting for and accepting for your questions, we can have a very quick coffee break and I'll be back with you very shortly. Thank you. Hello again, thank you for waiting. And I can see that we're having just a few questions that I can answer for today. I can see one of the questions that is it Garment's ERP system? Odoo actually adapts to all, or actually is addressed to all the industries, all types of industries with all its sectors as well. So yes, we do have a solution for garments, and it definitely, actually, we also have a lot of references in different regions in the same industry. Is Odoo an open source ERP? It is indeed. If you've missed today's live, you can definitely watch it on Odoo's channel, because after the live, actually, the video would be there. So feel free to rewatch it anytime. And I'm sorry that you've missed it. If you can surely just email me on my email, which is mmta@odoo.com. I can surely share these slides with you if needed. Okay, well, I would like to thank you so much for your attendance today. It was really a pleasure for me to be with you, and I hope that you enjoyed this session as much as I did. See you next time and have a great day. Thank you.